is something that we do in the book. Each chapter has a journaling portion, and I just wanted to kind of come to you guys and give you a little bit more insight on what journaling can actually do and how you can help just mental clarity, finding solutions to problems, or just like finding peace and serenity within yourself. If you talk to anybody that's in the realm of wellness, that includes therapists and life coaches, wellness coaches like myself, energy coaches, we always talk about journaling. Journaling is really, really important because, it allows you to get all of those emotions and thoughts down on paper. And I think that sometimes we haven't quite been able to kind of speak on things that are really bothering us. So sometimes I know that if I'm really in like a high state and I go to someone that I might trust, my thoughts are not formulated because they're literally coming from my thoughts right out of my mouth. Some people don't know what to do with you, right? When you go and you pour all of that into them. So journaling helps you to unravel emotional knots, okay? It puts your feelings into words, it takes your complex emotions, and it gets that out. And the beautiful thing about journaling is that they lose power once you put them on the page. So if you've ever been really overwhelmed by a thought and it's floating around, let me know if you have rolling thoughts or rumination or thoughts that you can't get out of your mind. When you're journaling, you're able to get that down on paper and you are making space, right? You're making space, like mental space. So that's why it's important to write them down. Now, I know this can be a practice, and I know this can be scary for many people. A lot of people are afraid of their emotions. A lot of us have not been taught how to process those. I have not. I've had to sit with my emotions and not have any help with that when I was a child. No one helped me through that, right? So this can be a new practice because the fact that we're not used to actually expressing our feelings and kind of looking at those. You've had them too often and you have no idea why. Well, I mean, explore that. Why are you having those feelings? Why are you having those emotions? A lot of things I find go back to childhood, right? Those core memories, those core hurts that we have been living with, right? And that really affects how we are in our current state if we don't explore them and process them. The other thing with journaling is that it really becomes a problem-solving master, right? You become a guru of your own problems because you are able to look at them a little bit more closely. You're able to look at those thoughts and those feelings and those emotions, and our minds are actually really, really incredible. It's just sometimes we get stuck, right? Because it's all up there. So journaling really helps with getting you unstuck, and it's kind of like a mental massage, right? When you massage your thoughts and your feelings, you're able to kind of emerge with insight, sometimes solution, sometimes what your next step is going to be, and that really brings clarity to you, okay? So I know that everybody thinks that journaling is a woo-woo thing, but it's really, really not. Journaling really just helps us to explore what it is that's going on in our minds. You're taking you're taking your thoughts and feelings and emotions, putting them down somewhere else so they're not muddling your brain all the time, and then you have an opportunity to look at that. Yesterday, in my Rise and Shine Live, Coop actually said, being honest with yourself is really important, and I would have to agree. It really takes a level of self-awareness to be able to do that, and journaling can be a vehicle to just really being able to look at yourself honestly, and that's important, right? The other thing that it does is it unlocks your inner compass. I took notes so I don't forget to tell you all the goodness, okay? That's what I'm looking at here. So it unlocks your inner compass. So it's kind of like magic, right? You explore, you see your feelings, and you open up a gateway to take a path forward, all right? I know that it can be really difficult to come on hard times. I know that sometimes we might feel helpless and hopeless, but if we are looking at our emotions and our feelings and what is going on very closely, we will be able to decode that and really find that hopefulness or resiliency that we need in order to move forward, okay? Now, there's something that my co-author and I like doing when it comes to journaling, and you can do this with tarot cards, or you can do this with oracle cards, okay? If you are having a hard time, like if you're having a hard time just like sitting down and like journaling about your thoughts and feelings, what you could do is you could use an oracle card deck, and you can shuffle and draw a card, or you can go through the cards and see what is resonating with you, and then you can use the imagery of the card in order to answer questions like, what emotions does that card give you? What challenges does that card suggest for you? And what can you do to sort of explore that more for yourself? So I love doing that when I know that I have something that has to come out, but those feelings and thoughts and things have not formed. That's just part of my process. It's like I know something is coming before it actually gets here, and sometimes I can't decode that. So what I'll do is I will pull out my cards and I will pick something, and then I will draw on that to start my journaling, okay? And then usually with that, I end up really getting down to what it is that I'm feeling or going through. Like, it's always related. That's just energy, right? So that's what I wanted to just talk to you about for journaling. So just as a recap of your day, so the breakdown is it helps you unravel emotional knots. You become a problem-solving guru or master for yourself in your life, and you are unlocking your inner compass by looking at your thoughts and feelings and emotions a lot more closely. And if you are still having a really hard time, or you journal and something comes out and you have no idea what to do with it, you can drop me a line, okay? Or speak to a therapist if you're working with one, or find a coach that you resonate with. I'm going to urge you that if you are journaling, I would like you to reach out to someone if you get into a roadblock, okay? You know what? It's not very long. Try kind, usually like 5 to 10 minutes. My journaling structure is starting off with what I'm grateful for. I just write down 3 things that I'm grateful for, even if they're tiny, tiny things. If I don't do a journaling prompt from my book, I might pull a card, or sometimes I just have something that's on my mind and I just write. 5-10 minutes, doesn't have to be fussy, okay? Now, if you're looking to put together like a self-care routine for yourself, because that's something that you think is going to keep you focused, I do have a free download from the link in my bio. It's going to help you to put a routine together if you feel like you might need something to kind of give yourself that self-care in the morning, or whenever you can do it. It doesn't have to be morning.